place this weekend and in the following weeks. Interesting that these are all coming together. I decided to draw some comparisons between things that go on behalf of the Muslim community and the Jewish community in the spirit of common good and common purpose and commonwealth. I thought about the values of Zakāt and Sadaqah and what those mean to the Muslim community all over the world. The sacred obligation of Muslims to engage in acts of charity, particularly during Ramadan, but throughout the year, because it is a sacred obligation to contribute a certain amount of your resources to others who are less fortunate. In fact, Zakat is mentioned in 30 different verses of the Quran, as well as in Al-Hadith. And so that recurring theme and recurring image on behalf of and for Muslims is one of the most sacred core principles and values of the Muslim community all over the world. So I looked for a quote, some phrase, some portion of Quran or a hadith that would represent the best of what the Muslim community is all about when it comes to charity, which is really not what the word zakah means. It means to purify. Just as in the Jewish community, the word sadaqah, which is the equivalent word, does not mean charity. It means righteousness and justice. So let me see if I can draw a parallel in the spirit of what Denise talked about, which is building bridges and bringing us together to common purpose. So in a hadith, the Prophet said, "Charity is a necessity for every Muslim." He was then asked, "What if a person has nothing?" The Prophet replied, "He should work with his own hands for his benefit and then give something out of such earnings in charity." The companions asked, "What if he is not able to work?" The Prophet said, "He should help poor and needy persons." The companions further asked, "What if he cannot do even that?" The Prophet said, "He should urge others to do good." The companions said, "What if he lacks that also?" The Prophet said, "He should check himself from doing evil. That is also charity." Meaning there is no one anywhere on the face of this earth of goodwill who cannot engage in an act of charity, of purification, of zakah, and of sadaqah. No one. It is a sacred obligation of all who care deeply and who respond to and are respectful of these traditions. Jumping forward a little bit, on the morning of Yom Kippur, the holiest day of the Jewish year, other than the Sabbath, of course, which is holy every week, Jews come together all over the world and recite the words of the prophet Isaiah. Listen to those words. "If you offer your compassion to the hungry and relieve the oppressed, then shall your light shine in darkness, and your gloom shall be like noonday. The Lord will guide you always. He will slake your thirst in parched places and give strength to your bones. You will be known as the rebuilder of ancient walls, the restorer of dwelling places, the repairer of the breach." Identical thoughts. Two extraordinary traditions, two extraordinary sets of values, which come together in common purpose for common good here in this commonwealth.